Hello, and welcome back to SNB. Novelty with SNB, actually. I'm your co-host, Beck.
And I'm Stephanie.
What tea are you drinking today?
I am drinking, as always lately, Queen of Wellness. And I usually read the ingredients, but I drink this every time almost now because I have a big jar of it and I actually love it. So I'm not going to read off the ingredients. They are all organic. It's good for women. And you can get it off of, what's the website?
Magic Hour Tea.
Magic Hour Tea, which I suggest you check out. They have all different kinds of teas. Not sponsored, but if they ever watch and want to.
First sponsor.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Bigelow Ginger Peach Turmeric. I flipped the camera and I'm not used to where the camera is. It is an invigorating blend of ginger and peach with a zesty, spicy kick. It's actually pretty good. I don't taste the peach much at all. I just had it. I figured you were going to be drinking the Queen of Wellness. So I decided to not. I mean, I could have.
I'll drink something different next time, maybe.
Well, I did also get Keats & Co. April Meadows Green, but it is a little too late in the afternoon to be drinking caffeinated tea.
What's that one? What's in that one?
Green tea with an aroma of sweet meadow grass warmed by the sun. Pair with lemon sorbet or Ode to the Grecian Urn by John Keats. It's the one that all proceeds go to tuberculosis.
Yeah, I love that.
I
just like the way the package looks.
Oh, it is fun, isn't it?
The picture, yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. And I hear green tea is really good for you.
It is, yes. I have also heard that. So do you want to talk about what you read first?
I can get into Circe. It is by Madeline. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I'm not prepared. Imagine having a podcast.
It's Greek mythology, right?
It is. Okay, so Circe is the daughter of the Titan god. Well, they're not really gods. They're pre-gods. They're Titans, Helios, and a nymph. I forget what her name is, but for the first couple of years of her life, it looks like she doesn't really have much of powers until it's discovered that she has a touch of magic. And so do her two brothers and her sister. However, she makes the mistake of admitting that she sought it out. So then she is sequestered to an island. It is Greek mythology. She is a side character in a few of the Greek myths, the Minotaur, and as well as Homer's The Odyssey. Odysseus is on her island briefly. Not as long as he is on, what is her name? Calypso's island. He's stuck on Calypso's island, I believe, for like 7 years after the fall of Troy.
Okay, because my daughter went to a musical yesterday.
Oh, really?
And it was called Hadestown.
Oh, I love Hades.
Have you heard of Hadestown, the musical?
I have not, but I do like Hades and Persephone.
Yeah, you'd probably enjoy that. Alexis is my daughter. She's huge into like theater, a theater kid. But her and a friend of hers went and watched a musical performance of Hadestown, and she said it was really, really good. So
it's fantastic.
I wonder if you knew about that because I know you're reading a lot about that. But yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
It was very interesting to see because a lot of the times in Greek mythology, the women are side characters or plot devices or taken advantage of. So it was nice to see kind of like a side character getting her own story and what happens to her. And in fact, there is a point where one of the gods is like, oh, the thing about nymphs is they're not very good at running away. And she got so mad. And I was like, yes, thank you. Because that was retribution for metamorphoses, because I was kind of upset about that, if you guys remember from last time.
Yeah.
It was okay. Out of all the books that I've read so far this year, not my favorite, but it was pretty good. It was well written. She's also the one that wrote the Song of Achilles, which you see all over TikTok.
Yeah. I think I've seen Circe too. It has like her face and the pretty
her face. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the filigree and the laurel leaves.
Yeah. I've seen I've seen the book before. I've just never read it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth a shot. But my favorite, there's more to read. But I mean, Greek mythology is pretty cool. Fun fact, when I was in the 5th grade, I played the Minotaur.
Did you?
I did. And my crush was Theseus.
Ooh,
no, he killed me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's cool. Alexis was in a play. I forget who she was though, but it was a Greek mythology play, so that's funny.
It is funny. Yeah. It is also very interesting to note that like basically everything except for the days of the week, Tuesday through Friday, is all named after Greek mythology. So that's very fun.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that, and I thought it was so cool. Such a cool thing.
Yay! So read it or not, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna talk about Broken Country first.
Okay.
So it's by Claire Leslie Hall, 319 pages, so it's not very long, and it was just published in last year, 2025. So it follows Beth, who is a grieving mother who falls into a complicated love triangle. Womp womp. When her wealthy first love Gabriel returns to town, ultimately culminating in a murder trial. So that's like the gist of the story. But so you jump around like 3 different timelines. So you go between when Beth and Gabe were like teens and they're like budding romance and everything. And then you go to when Gabriel returns to town as like a divorcee with his son, and now she's remarried to a man named Frank. And then you jump to current day, and there is a trial going on, and you get very little pieces of that trial at a time, to where you don't really know what's going on. And that's like how the book sucks you in, because you're like, well, what
is this? Yeah.
What happened? And so you gotta read, you gotta know. So all you know is that you don't know who, but you know there was a murder in Savannah.
Oh, Mauda.
Yeah, hopefully somebody gets that. Anyways, I know you do. But you don't know much of anything else until the end of the book. So Beth is estranged from her first true love, Gabriel, after like, so stupid. It's like a major miscommunication and assumptions. In Gabriel gets mad and he's like speechless and he's like, I'm done with you. And she, he's like, I'm done with you. And she goes back home. She was visiting him in college. It's his whole thing. So she returns home after that, marries Frank, and poor fucking Frank.
Dude, I know.
Like, it's so bad for him. And they had a little boy, Bobby, and he unfortunately passed away in a tragic accident on their farm. So when Gabriel returns, Beth intends to like stay away from him in the beginning, and Frank is of course like, yeah, please stay away, because he knows what happened. Everyone in the town kind of knows, because it's like a small, town. Everybody knows, because he like went to college and then he became this like famous author, but he ended up coming back after his divorce. Anyways, she ends up developing like this connection to Gabriel's son, Leo, who would have been the same age as Bobby had Bobby still been alive. So I get why there's this connection. And she ends up spending a lot of time with them, and then he kind of like latches onto her because he doesn't know anyone else, and his mother lives far away because he wanted to stay with his dad. So he doesn't have his mom. So he kind of looks up to her as almost a mother figure, and she's looking at him as like the son I don't have anymore, kind of. But anyways, as this is going on, of course, her feelings for Gabriel intensify or come back, because it's not like they really ever left, and they end up having an affair. And you meet Frank's brother, who really cannot stand Gabriel and is an alcoholic, and he can't control his temper at all. So rumors of the affair, of course, get around, spread, and everyone ends up finding out about it. And then someone is murdered in the process. And that's kind of what the trial is. But you're trying to figure out who. You're like, oh, I bet it was this person. Oh, I bet it was this person. And then at the end, but all of this because Beth was insecure and assumed Gabriel was like messing around with a girl in college. Like literally that's what it boils down to, because if it would have never happened.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So Beth is the worst character. I hated her. She's very selfish. She's awful. Her poor husband, Frank, like, you really feel for him the entire story. And when you get to the end, it's like so bad. You're like, you just want to, I am so sorry. And you want to punch her in the face. Yeah. Gabriel, I don't like him either. I mean, he's just as bad, in my opinion. He's no better.
I mean, yeah, he knows she's married.
Yeah. So Frank is like, not to mention, Frank like always loved her. Like in the beginning of the relationship between like Frank, it's so sad. She started kind of like meeting up with Gabriel, which it was kind of frowned upon because she was like not wealthy and he was from a wealthy family, la la la. But like Frank had like the courage when they were young to like ask her out. She's like, no. So he's like always loved her, and it's just so sad. He's the only character I cared for at all. Beth and Gabe could like fucking go kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Yeah, there was a huge twist at the end though that I did not see coming. And it definitely was just like, holy crap when you read it, and sad, honestly, at the same time. Recommending this book? For me, no. I can see why people like would find the story like entertaining, intriguing, whatever, but I'm not into love triangles very much, and it's just not my cup of tea.
Cheating's never cool. But
so stupid. But no, it's not. And especially when like I can't even connect, like I did not like the main character. I cannot like a main character but want to read the story, but she just pissed me off. Like I was like, you're such a horrible bitch. And it was like written like you're supposed to be like, I'm sorry, you're supposed to like kind of feel sorry for a situation. And I never felt sorry. I was like, you're horrible. You're horrible. So if you're into love triangles and stuff, like
what's the first three words, 3 letters of that word? Horrible. Horrible. Never mind. She's a whore. Is what I was getting at. Yeah.
She is. She's a bitch. Anyways, if you like love triangles or something, like, yeah, sure, you might, you'd probably enjoy it, I guess, if this is how they go. There was a really big twist at the end, which was actually very surprising. Not my thing, but you might enjoy it. Not you, but
no. Them.
Yeah.
You at home.
Yeah.
I had to find my camera again.
Where'd it go?
I'm so flipped. But yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Broken Country. Okay.
Broken
Country. Good night, great.
The next book I'll talk about is better.
It got you back into reading, which is what is the important thing. Okay, so you guys have to stick with me through this one because it was a very interesting book. The next book that I read was The Invention of Nature, the Alexander von Humboldt's New World. It is by Andrea Wulf. It is nonfiction, science, history, biography, blah, blah, blah. It is the story of the German naturalist and polymath. Polymath is just a funny, fancy word for a person that is smart in a lot of different areas. That discovers, not really discovers, but he has like a new thought process of how we understand the natural world. So this dude goes to South America. He climbs a bunch of volcanoes, which is ill-advised. And as he's looking out across, the vast expansion, he realizes that everything in nature is connected. And that kind of like spurs him on to this idea that we really need to start treating the planet as if it is not something that God has given us dominion over, but something that God has given us the ability to take care of. Right. So he sees the slave trade in, because this is 1769 to 1859 is his lifespan. So he was around the time that, America was just being founded, and Napoleon, he was friends with Napoleon's wife. So he sees how like the slave trade or the treatment of indigenous people is detrimental to the human species, and how we are all one species really at the end of the day, which was going against a lot of the ideas of the time. Mm-hmm. Also, he found that because while he was in Central America or South America, he found that the deforestation was creating issues with the swamp life. So people who were already living there, the indigenous people, were farming, sustaining their lives just fine until people came along and ruined it, basically. Cut down the trees, and then he realized that the trees were what were keeping the ground from the sun, keeping the evaporation, right? Right. So the fact that somebody back in the 1700s can figure this out,
right?
And then he saw, the pearl trade, how they would just continuously dive for clams, and where's our clams? Well, you took them, like there's none left. Yeah. So he was one of the first people to really understand that maybe we should cut back on this a little bit. And he originated in like mining, and he was like, maybe we should like not use wood for like the structure for it. Maybe we should figure out something else for it instead of taking down our trees.
He was realizing this long ago.
Yes.
We still don't have our shit together. Cool.
Yeah, dude. And like he told this to, I believe it was President Andrew Jackson. He told this to Napoleon. He told this to, he actually crossed over to Russia. He told it to them. But I mean, money speaks, right? We see that today.
Sure do.
Yes. Very much so. So it goes throughout his life. He has an amazing life. 10 out of 10 would recommend reading it. But then it goes through like his death too, obviously, because I mean, dude doesn't live forever. Sorry.
Right.
But then it also goes and it shows spoiler alert. Sorry. Dude doesn't live forever. It goes through and it shows who like his iconic relationships with these like famous people like Bolivar, Thomas Jefferson, even Darwin. Like he inspired Darwin to go onto the Beagle and to his, Origin of the Species. There's this guy, I believe his name is Haeckel, and he's the one that actually again, I'm flipped around. My tattoo is inspired by, I didn't even know. My jellyfish is his artwork. So it's all, and even Edgar Allan Poe, his very last poem, I believe it's called Eureka, was inspired by this Humboldt guy. Humboldt Park, where Jeff and I went to Riot Fest in Chicago, is named after this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
This guy that like has had this amazing life, discovered these things, you wouldn't know
No.
unless you read this book. Crazy that I stumbled upon it.
Awesome.
The last guy was I forget what his first name was, but last name is Muir. And he was responsible for the petitioning Thomas Roosevelt for the national parks. So I think that this is an important book for folks to read if they are on the fence of what is going on in our country today.
Yes.
Because nature is important and we need to be able to stick up for it, for ourselves and for the livelihood of everything around us.
Absolutely.
Read
Couldn't
it.
agree more. Yeah.
It was very fascinating.
How did you find this book? Like, just
It was
recommended, or
it was just on my Goodreads. So there was a different book that I was intending to read, and then I realized that there was a bunch of like poo-pooing up on it. Let me look at it.
No, it's just so cool, like coming across something like that.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
I mean, as it goes, though, I mean, there isn't a whole lot of women inspiration or women that were inspired by it. Like, there's no women in this book, but I mean,
yeah, that's just
the time. Yeah.
Time.
I was supposed to read The Secret Life of Plants, a fascinating account of physical, emotional, and spiritual relations between plants and man. But I realized that it was written in 1973, and a lot of the science that was in it has been mostly disproven. So I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And you know how like Goodreads has the bottom where it's like readers also enjoyed.
Right.
Also, fun fact. He is one of the inspirations for Henry David Thoreau's Walden, which I read earlier in this.
Yeah.
They actually met. You can't see my fingers. They actually met.
He met everybody. How do you meet everybody?
I don't know, dude. This guy is fascinating. I want like a Humboldt tattoo somewhere or something. There's also so there's a Humboldt State Park in California, and then there's a Humboldt, South Dakota. Like, dude, it was just amazing.
That's so crazy. I want to read it now.
Yeah, you should. It was 14 hours long. He was able to marry science and poetry together, which was very cool. So like he brought science to like the lay person. Very amazing. And then the Heckle guy that I mentioned, he was able to like bring that even further, and he decided that nature is religion and the true value of life is art. Which, I mean,
yeah, of course you resonate with that.
Of course, I'm gonna start getting into that, dude.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Though makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. That's really good. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's super interesting.
Yeah. So, there's the Light Eaters is also one of those that is readers also enjoyed, but I think I'll probably take a break from nonfiction. Because it's not bad. It's just that, like, it's dense. So,
yeah.
But
for sure.
If you're on the fence of what's going on today, if you think that it's okay that they're taking away national parks, or if you don't have an opinion about it, read this book.
Yeah.
Because we need our national parks,
Yeah. And not data centers.
not data centers.
That's all I'll say.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I have a lot more to say.
We will talk to each other later.
But I digress. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the spell shop, which was so fun and whimsy. So it's by Sarah Beth Durst. It's 377 pages. It came out in 2024.
Yes.
I remember when it came out, I remember I thought the book cover was really pretty, and I'm like, I want to read that. And then I added it to my TBR, and then
I think it's one of the first that had like the sprayed edges too in mass production.
Yeah, it has real pretty like purple sprayed edges. Oh my gosh. So I'll just read the like synopsis and then I'll get into it. So when a revolution destroys the elite empire library, librarian Keela and her assistant Kaz, who is an illegally awakened sentient spider plant. I love him, by the way. They flee to the faraway island where she grew up. Because she stole restricted spellbooks to survive, she opens up a secret shop to use the magic to help struggling magic-deprived islanders. It's so cute. So this was like what I needed. This is like the definition of a palate cleanser. It's cozy fantasy, low stakes, fun. Just lots of whimsical characters made the story just amazing. I really did enjoy it. There is some romance, but nothing like spicy or explicit at all. It's like, it's cute.
Yeah.
You know, just a cute budding romance between her and her neighbor. He used to watch her when they were children, and he kind of had a fascination with her. And then she had left to the city and with her family. But then she returns to this cottage that is rightfully hers. Her parents, unfortunately, are both passed. And when they moved to the city, they never sold the property. So she inherits it. And then when everything goes on with the revolution, she doesn't know where to go. So she goes back. So she gets back home and realizes everything's kind of in disarray when she arrives. And she, well, her house, first of all, let me back up. Her cottage is a mess. So her and Kaz like fix it up. And Kaz is, I love him. He always talks about his little root ball, and it cracks me up. And he uses his little leaves to help clean. It's the cutest thing ever. And then her handsome neighbor, his name's Lauren. He's the one who comes and like, he helps out a lot, but she's very introverted. So he would like just show up and she's like,
what are you doing here?
Yeah, it was funny. And he's like, oh, I'm going to help you. And she's like, okay, thanks. But like
right now,
you can't just come over. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. And not to mention, like, she also has these spell books that she has to keep hidden. So like he keeps showing up and like, it's like, why now? But then of course she still thinks he's cute though. So it's like that whole thing. Anyways, going to town, she realizes how run down the town has become over the years. And the reason why is because in the past, magic was used to help the town. They would have people come out and help with water, crops, and things like that using magic. But they have stopped doing that because they're like, we want all the magic for ourselves. We don't need to help these people. So, you know, it's one of those the deep divide between the ruling class and the common folk.
Interesting.
But now the whole town is like deprived and they just don't have much, and they don't know how much longer like life will really be sustainable. So it's kind of sad. But Keela has these spell books, and she's like, you know what? Like magic's illegal, but her thing is like, well, if I'm using it for good, crops and plants and water, what harm could it be? But it can result, like it talks about how using magic illegally can result in execution. Like it's a big deal. And everything was going great until the Imperial Guard shows up on the island. Dun, dun, dun. So that's, yeah. And it's such a cute book. Happy ending. Everything's great. Everything's good. It's very sweet. There is so many like creatures. There's mermaids, of course, mer horses, which are described so cool. There's winged cats. There's 2 sentient plants. One of them, she actually made on accident. And he's a sentient cactus, and all I can say is meep. Meep. I love him. Anyways, all the characters make the books like super like whimsy and fun, and it's just one of those books that it's just like it's the ultimate cozy, like with your favorite tea, you know. So yeah, it was a really fun book. I do recommend. Sorry, something almost fell. So I do recommend this book. Especially if you're like need something like a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Is it cheesy? Yeah, but like not in a bad way, like in the best way. Like, oh, it's such a sweet book. And I want to go to this place that doesn't exist. The way
Please.
it's written, it's just I want to go there. I want to make jam and sell bread.
I
And have
wish that could be
blue
my
skin.
life.
She has blue skin and blue hair, and there's people with horns, and there's all kinds of shit going on there. It's so neat. And I want cats that fly.
My cat doesn't even fly, dude.
But neither does mine. Lazy.
Well, they're
But
so lazy.
I
Mine's
also want a
old, though.
spider plant. It's like the homie.
I have
Don't you want that?
I have a spider plant, but it doesn't talk to me.
Oh, don't you wish it did?
Yes.
And mer horses were actually the way they described is like my favorite thing.
Except I think my plants would be really mad at me if they could talk, because I'm not the best at watering them.
Thirsty. Yeah.
Oops.
But anyway, yeah, recommend it. Super cute. Love it. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shit, we got through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, we did.
Fuck. Oops.
Yep. What are you currently reading?
So I am currently reading. I finished The Invention of Nature this morning, actually. So I haven't really actually gotten into anything else. But what's next on my list is The Summer Tree by Guy Gavriel Kay. It is I'll just read the Goodreads for you. The first volume in Guy Gavriel Kay's stunning fantasy masterwork. 5 men and women find themselves flung into the magical land of Finavar, first of the worlds. They have been called there by the mage Lauren Silvercloak, and quickly find themselves drawn into a complex tapestry of events for Kim, Paul, Kevin, Jennifer, and Dave. So they're regular people that get transferred to this. Yeah. They have all they have known part to play in the coming battle against the forces of evil led by the fallen god Rakoth and his dark hordes. It's book 1 of whatever. I guess it's on theme. I put like a theme for May of like green theme. I guess it's on theme with it. Who knows? But I guess they're Canadian college students. We'll see if it's actually any good.
It sounds fun.
It sounds fun. So and the artwork's pretty cool. It was written in 1984.
What a year.
What a year.
What a year.
Sorry. I looked a little bit like a certain person just now, so I need to dial that back. What are you? What are you?
I need your help.
Okay.
So I am not currently reading anything. I finished the spell shop last night, and I was thinking last night, like, I don't know what to read. Like, I have a lot of stuff on my TBR, but I'm like, I don't know. And I was looking at my TBR and I saw The Secret History, and I was like, you know what? There's so many books my bestie Beck has been like, you should read this, and I'm like, I will, and then I don't. So
I will.
I wanted you to give me my next read.
Okay, so I'll let you pick out of what I have taken down.
Okay.
Because that's why that's askew. Anybody can. Everybody needs to go and Google askew. Please. Okay, so the first one I have, if you want something that's shorter before we get into the book of the month, is The Willows by Aldron Blackwood. It is what inspired the Hollow Places. Fantastic. This one is illustrated.
Ooh,
there's the otters. So that's, number 1. You could also read The Hike, which is also a very fun book. He is a very important again, mirrored. Sorry, guys, but I mirrored it so you guys could read what the books say.
Yeah.
He is a very important character of the novel. That's the back. Isn't that fun too? Like, it's not typical. It's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. It's the dude that is on a work trip and then decides to go on a hike and then gets lost for a while. And then meets random things along the way. Very weird, very cool. The Fisherman, also a very weird, very cool.
I wanted to read that.
It's very good. I also really enjoy this artist. It's Albert Bernstedt. He was a Austrian artist that came over and fell in love with our national parks. If that wasn't my theme. But Fisherman. And then kind of like a throwback for me, at least, is Abarat, Clive Barker's Abarat. It is the story of a girl that gets taken away to a different world, I guess. And every island is a different time. So there's like a 12 o'clock, there's a 1 o'clock. I don't know if it would be on Kindle though, but it is illustrated and it is fantastic. Also, let me try and find her. I may look like her. If I can find her. I should have done this beforehand.
No, you're fine. I think you've showed me before when I
probably did. Because I love this book. It's so a fun fact about I'm sorry if that was allowed, but a fun fact about this series is that it is written by Clive Barker, who wrote the Hellraiser series as well. But this is a more young adult. I can't tell if she's in. Nope. This way.
There she is.
We have the same nose, at least.
Yeah. Aw.
Oh, there.
There she is.
It's Candy, right? That's her name. Yeah. Yes, Candy is her name. So Abarat, but
okay.
You can also read The Secret History. It is thicker, on the thicker side. But it does have Greek mythology in it. And I would love for you to read it because it is probably in the last at least since we started reading or doing the podcast, at least, I would say is probably one of the top books that I have read since we started. And I want to know what you think every step along the way. So it's up to you. But those are my options. But they're
all good.
They're all so good.
I want to read all of them. I should read one of them a month.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll do that.
I hit the microphone, but
I'll do that. I'm going to start with that.
It's I have it's the book of the month. It's the book of the month. Cover is why I got this one, special edition. If you get the audiobook, it is read by Donna Tartt. So
and I love that so much. I don't know why.
Dude, she sounds so cool.
I think I've heard clips of it on like TikToks and stuff, and it does.
What is the first line of the book? It's like something about God damn it. Hold on. The snow in the mountains was melting and Bunny had been dead for several weeks, but it's like it sounds so much cooler when she says it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to. I'll start with that one, but you know what? I am gonna read one of those every month. So.
And that I was also going to say, I was going to say Bunny, but because it said Bunny, by Noma Awad, but I mean, that's up to you. We'll eventually get there.
So, I mean, literally.
I don't know if Abarat is available. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, that one sounds fun too. Ukulele.
You had to be there.
Yeah. Or you had to be there, or we had to be us.
Yeah. It had to be us. It is on Kindle.
That's what I need. That's what I need. Oh, cool. That's what I need to start saying. Instead of you had to be there, you had to be us. Or else you're not gonna get it.
You're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, we got through that really quick.
Start with the secret history, and don't forget that Read with S&B's book of the month is Into the Heartless Wood by Joanna Ruth Meyer, and it looks. I love the color. I love the synopsis. You found it.
Yeah, it also fits green.
Good job. Sure does.
Oops.
There's that. Oops, all green. So
it was a randomizer, just so everybody knows. I didn't actually like purposely pick it. It was a randomizer. But yeah. Anyway.
I love it though. It's fun. It's fun. So yeah, that's all I have.
Well, that's all for today's episode of Novelty with S&B. Thank you for joining us.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I've been your co-host, Stephanie.
And I'm back.
And this has been Novelty with S&B. See you in the next chapter.